we have decided to do politics rather than business. I'm saying it, that this equal number of parliament had brought the West in MPs.
Hello and welcome to the Friday edition of Let's Talk Ghana here on Studios 2 Television. This is the show where we put Ghana first in all of our conversations. It airs every Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays here on Studios 2 TV on YouTube as well as on Facebook. On today's edition, steering committee of the governing New Patriotic Party. They met yesterday, long-drawn meeting. We'll let you know the outcome of the meeting plus what has been picketings and protests by some executives, constituency executives of the party, seeking to have all of the party come together, the 900 expected delegates come together at one venue for the special delegate conference on August 26th. This is Let's Talk Ghana. We'll return shortly to delve into the matters. You're welcome back to Let's Talk Ghana here on Studios 2 Television. And so, like I was telling you just before we went on that break, the steering committee of the governing New Patriotic Party yesterday were locked up in a long-drawn meeting seeking to finalize on modalities, amongst many things, address concerns that have come from 9 of the presidential aspirants over the process in which they will hold the special delegate congress of the largest, that's the governing New Patriotic Party, I should say. And it was a long-drawn meeting, but even before the meeting could come to an end, there was a protest by some constituency executives and party supporters who raised objection to the plan to decentralize the entire process. So exactly what is the concern? So based off on intelligence and all of the things that we know here at Studios 2 Television, at least 900 people are expected to vote on August 26th to reduce the number of presidential aspirants from 10 to 5. Now, out of the 900, per the party's constitution, there are a designated number of individuals who are supposed to vote, which include Council of Elders, members of parliament, that's ministers, card-bearing ministers, founding fathers, and the likes, constituency, regional executives, national executives, just to name a few. Now, all of that list is going to constitute some 900 expected individuals who must vote to bring down the number to 5. But what the party plans on doing, which is now being greatly contested, is that 900 people, you are going to vote across the 16 regions of the country. And then we'll be at one place and we'll take all the results at once. That's the plan of the party. But 9 out of the 10, but for Dr. Baumia, say that this is not a good idea. We don't support it. It can cause intimidation and undue favor towards a particular candidate. So no, bring us all to one place. Let us vote. Let us know who doesn't make it. And let's move forward to November 4th. That's the argument. And that's what brought about supporters of the party to the Alisa Hotel where the meeting took place. Let's just go see for ourselves exactly what it is that transpired. Then we get details from the meeting.
Amora, 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 amora. Amora, amora, amora. Amora, amora, amora. Amora, amora, amora. Amora, amora, amora.
We are here, we have been
Voting. You see, no victimization, no intimidation. Super delegates must be at one location. There's also the claim that breaking the aid must start with a centralized super delegates congress. Also, if we can put 6,500 people.
I am from Udududi. I think I've informed you. I am from Udududi. We have Ablikman West, Ablikman South, Okaikwe, Kole Krote. We are basically MPP people. We are not.
Are you getting this information?
So that one is our message. That's all.
So
we are not assigning this information to anybody.
the reason here is what? We know that
We just send their message to them. So our message is to stick to what we've been doing for the party, and so we are not interested for them to decentralize anything.
So you are here to send a message.
Yes, a message. Yeah, to NEC and the national council.
That these are the grievances.
Yes, that we have.
Supporters
Yes,
of the party.
yeah.
So if they don't do that, what are they going to do?
Oh, we are contemplating. Me myself, I am not interested in the special voting even, but should in case it should happen, we should do it the way we do.
Are these the only concerns you have?
Oh, we have various concerns.
What are they?
That you see, we are a party, and we must not do anything that can split the party. If I have my way, I would have asked. We should do away with the special voting. Let's go away straight with the voting. 200,000 people are going to decide. So why do you allow 6,000 people
But I said this is your party's constitution. Your constitution is clear.
No, the NEC can do something about it.
But not now. That's your constitution.
Now, they can do it.
The point I'm making is that your constitution states that where the aspirants are more than 5,
Yes.
you must conduct a super delegate.
Yes, we are not against it. We are aware. But what I'm saying is, NEC can temper with that and then call a meeting to suspend that for now. But
the delegates congress.
yes, no, the super delegates congress. So that after this, our next congress, we can adopt it.
Why?
No, I'm saying that should in case that one won't work. The decentralization of the special voting is not what we are not in favor for. We are not supporting that.
So are you, do you hold any position in the party?
Oh yeah, I've been a police station executive before. I was the chairman in Ododio. I'm working for one of the aspirants, but I'm not mentioning anybody.
Are you sure you're not being influenced by that?
No. I've told you, we are basically MPP people. We are not supporting anybody.
Okay, so right now we know that the Alan camp has petitioned.
Yes.
Look at the banner.
Come again?
We know the Alan camp has, petitioned.
Yes.
For it to be centralized. Are you, demonstrating or protesting on the back of that?
No. We also have our concern. Different from what Alan has done. You can see the members. Nobody begged them.
It's about the special voting. We as a group, we have witnessed a lot of elections like that. And being in the party for some time now, we thought it is rather wise the election is taken at one place and not to split it into regions.
Okay.
So that is our protest for today.
You picked information that it will be split into regions, will be decentralized?
Yes, that is what we heard.
From which quarters?
It's from source.
Which source?
Yes, from a right source.
Okay.
That is what, from the information we had, we know very well that it is a Kong information. That is why we're making follow-up.
Okay, that the Congress is likely to be...
in the various regions. That is a special voting.
So why are you opposing it?
We are opposing it because we want the thing to be done at one place so that the monitoring and everything will be set. You know, when elections are taken at various areas, the attention cannot be focused on a particular place. But when it is at one place, we can focus our attention and make sure we monitor the election the way it's supposed to go. Who wins, wins. We are not behind anybody. We are not speaking for one particular candidate. But we are here to make sure that they hear from us and then they do the right thing for us.
So if at the end of the meeting today, the engagement they're having today, if it comes out that they'll still go ahead with the decentralized special election, what more do you have to do?
We don't have anything else to do. But that is our proposal to them, that they should do it at one particular area If they will select a region for everybody to meet there and do, then we are fine with that. If they don't take our advice, then we have nothing to do.
Thank you.
That's what transpired outside of the Alisa Hotel. The meeting, like I mentioned, went long into the night. Exactly what transpired, let's go and catch exactly what it is that happened after the party and the steering committee met.
Good evening to all of you. And as you are aware, the National Executive Committee earlier met. Just now, the National Council has also finished with their meeting. Key among the discussion that went on today had to do with the venue for our special electoral college. Per our constitution, if after close of nomination and after vetting, we have more than 5 aspirants, the constitution stipulates that there should be a special delegate college to trim the number or the numbers to 5. So the vetting committee submitted their recommendation to National Council, and today National Council unanimously approved of the recommendation by the vetting committee. Another issue that came up for discussion was with respect to the venue to hold the special electoral college. After debate among ourselves, National Council came to the conclusion that the precedent in 2014 for discussion was with respect to the venue to hold the special electoral college. After debate among ourselves, National Council came to the conclusion that the precedent in 2014 should stand, which means that the special delegate college will be held at the various regions, except for one that will be held at the headquarters for national officers, external branches, and members of the National Council of Elders. Aside that, too, National Council also cautioned our aspirants and by extension their campaign supporters or members that it has taken notice of several unsavory, several vituperative and intemperate language that are being...
So updates there from the steering committee meeting of the governing New Patriotic Party. We're moving on to another subject. Has to do with the leaked audio tape, which we brought you details on here on Studios 2 TV. It has become a subject of parliamentary probe. There are calls for action to be taken amongst many other things. Well, though no individuals were named, the National Investigative Bureau have begun arresting individuals. The special aide of the former Northern Regional Chair of the NPP, Bugri Nabu, and a receptionist at his office were picked up yesterday by the National Investigations Bureau. How did we know about it? Bugri Nabu himself disclosed it to Oyerpa FM's Paka Wilson, and all credits to him because he's the only one who got that interview. It's a lengthy interview, but we're just going to bring you excerpts of it as to exactly what it is that transpired and Bugri Nabu's plea to have lawyers intervene to have his staff released for him.
Well, this morning, they took the lead that we're going to work. My special personal aide.
What's his name?
SK.
SK.
Yes.
Okay.
And then my reception. Also called Equia.
Okay.
They left that we were going to work. And I came to the office. I can't see my special aide. and then I can't see my reception. Then I started calling because I was getting frightened that maybe accident. So I started calling to see their whereabouts. Now I just been informed. They are both at BNI office at Kokuri Junction.
A BNI office at Kalkuri Junction?
Yes, right now.
What are they doing in there?
That they were picked when they were about to come to work, and they were picked by the gate.
By who?
By the BNI people.
BNI picked them?
Yes, and then I learned there was they came with a white car, and police people were well armed and pushed them in and took them away. So now I don't know their whereabouts, but I'm getting information that they are in BNI, Kokuri Junction. So I'm appealing to you, the journalists, and I'm getting some lawyers also to join there and find out what is going on. Why?
But what's your suspicion? Why has the BNI arrested them?
I wouldn't know because the whole of this week, I didn't respond to anybody, and I haven't talked to anybody. I want to know what is going on. Please, I don't want trouble.
You don't want trouble?
I don't want trouble.
Do you think that an arrest is in connection with a tip?
Well, this is what I'm telling you. Somebody's telling people, some people are saying that it has connection with the tip.
But the tip, is it your voice on the tip or not?
I will not comment that now, unless this case is off.
So what do you want? What do you want the BNI to do? I mean, you think they've not done anything reason they've arrested them?
Well, but if they are committing no offense, can they come and tell me they are under my umbrella? They are all not from here.
Are you disappointed?
Why won't I be disappointed? What people to go to work, and now I hear they are in BNI. For what reason?
So what will be your appeal to government and then the BNI officials?
Well, I don't. Before I can make any appeal, they must tell me what they arrest them for. Their reason for arresting them, I don't know.
So they arrested them this very Thursday morning?
This morning.
Wow. And you want them to be released?
Yeah, why? They are human beings. They have their right. What if they didn't commit any offense? What? Any common offense to the state or criminal offense? What? Should they arrest them for what? What reason?
Were they the ones who recorded the audio?
I don't think so, and I don't know. But they cannot do. We don't have any recording here. Nobody, my phone can record. Why should I go on?
Right, so all credit to Parker Wilson, a former colleague of mine, and with Oyoropa FM and TV Now, getting those exclusive details. It is a subject of parliamentary probe. The committee is yet to be constituted fully, as we were made to understand by the Speaker of Parliament, but it's something that will follow and bring you details on. While we return from this quick break, we end in Parliament because the first Deputy Speaker, Joseph Osei, has had some quite choice words for his colleague MPs, describing them as the worst that he's had to supervise in a long while. We'll return shortly and get into those matters. This is Let's Talk Ghana. You're welcome back to Let's Talk Ghana. We're ending today's edition of the show in Parliament because there's been a crisis there in the last week plus as the minority have boycotted sitting, 5 times already this session. It meant that the dealings of Parliament could not take place and resulted in a lot of adjournments because of the James Gyakye Kwesine's case. That and the appeals and all of the other matters have been thrown out. The minority says they're going to revise their strategy. But yesterday, the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joseph Osei, had cause to complain about the leadership of the 8th Parliament because he says that it's the worst he's had to supervise, as he's been in that Deputy Speaker position for this one, roughly the 3rd time, I should think. And this is the worst, and he's been a member of Parliament for quite a while. This is the worst Parliament because leaders have lost control and backbenchers have taken over. It resulted in the minority calling his bluff. Yeah, yes, exactly what it is that transpired on the floor of Parliament.
We have decided to do politics rather than business. I'm saying it, that this equal number of Parliament had brought the West in MPs. I've repeated it, I will repeat it again. This parliament, 8th parliament, has made the least number of laws. We have not cooperated as we did in the past. In my 15 years in parliament, there was not one of consideration time that we had more than 30 people in the chamber. But we have cooperated over the years because we understand the challenges. First, that business called consideration is very boring and it is very technical. So it's only a few people who got used to and learned over the years who were often in the chamber. When I joined, they used to call it delete and insert. When it gets to delete and insert, many people leave the chamber. But we never used the absence of our colleagues from the chamber to defeat the purpose and the substance and the work. Today, young people are in control. They look at things differently from the rest of us. So it is good for them, even when their leaders agree to do it. Check out, it's always people from the backbench who come to raise these issues, not the leaders. What it means is that indeed, at this time, in the Parliament of Ghana, leaders don't have control.
He shouldn't be frustrated. He should just bring at least 92 of his members and we'll do business.
He also threatened that if you continue like this, when the tables turn, you also face the same fate. What do you make of this?
Well, whether the table turn or not, the constitution will remain the same. Even if the table turns, the constitution will require 92 members to be in the chamber to form a decent quorum to do business. But we still remain committed to our statement that in light of this persecution, no cooperation from us.
Excerpts from the floor of Parliament. That's how we end today's edition of Let's Talk Ghana here on Studios 2 Television. As always, we appreciate the views and the comments that you leave for us. And we return on Monday again with another exciting edition of the show, hopefully in the Volta region of Ghana, and we bring you sights and scenes as well. Many thanks for watching. I am Eric Mawina Egbeta.
Studios 2 TV. The truth is here in your eyes.